folks, how you doing? The insignia is fixed now and it's running very well. And we cleaned the EGR system, everything, and then I took it to those guys and they resetted it, but there was still problem. So what they did is we cleaned the DPF. Oh my goodness, that thing was full of junk inside. So they cleaned it. Now it feels free. When you put your feet down, it just moves. I tried to clean the engine with the steam, as I said in the previous video. So this video that I'm going to share with you is what we tried to do, but didn't work out because my wife's steam was not that good. It wasn't producing enough steam to clean the car. Let me just play the video. Right, as you can see here, let me just reduce the volume a little bit. As you can see here, this is the air filter, the air cleaner. Okay, before the air gets into the engine, it has to go through this filter. So what I did is I removed the cover and I put this pipe here, comes from that steam machine. So there's a little bit of steam going there, but it's not as much as I thought it could be. So I don't know if it did anything. The car is really hot. I just came from town and I went with it, so it was really hot. I kept on going in to rev it a little bit so that water don't get, I don't know how it could go by it, but sometimes steam can get into the intercooler. It cools, it turns into water. So if it stays at the bottom, something like that, I thought let me just keep on going to rev it a little bit to make sure that water doesn't stay in the intercooler. So, but I don't think it worked very well. There was steam, not as much as I expected. So we tried this. As you can see, there is a little bit of steam there. It's visible, but it's not enough. It's not enough. I did ask my wife to boil water, and she brought the kettle with red hot water inside, and I poured it inside to try to see, here, to try to see what will happen. I kept on doing this. When you do this, guys, okay, before you attempt to do this, when you do this, don't pour a lot of water in there, okay? Just a little bit by bit. If you pour a lot of water in there, it will get into the piston and you will damage your engine. Okay, you pay attention to this. You have to put just tiny amount of water. The idea is, the water is already hot, so it gets into the engine. As the pistons compress air, it will compress that water as well, creates steam. Red hot steam goes to the DPF there to try to clean all that junk. That's what I was trying to do. I don't know if it really worked. I did this for about 40 minutes, but when I went to the mechanic and it didn't work very well. Listen to this. I got my wife to go in and kept on pushing the pedal down there, so that Juju, hey, come back here. So that's how it was, guys. It's I don't know if it worked, but the DPF was a mess. We had to clean it. It's clean now. The car feels like there's easy airflow in it. When you put your foot down, it just jumps. I mean, I've never experienced this before. It just jumps and it moves, which is really good. Now, a little bit of advice: if your car hasn't given you any headache with DPF, try to do something about it now. Don't wait for it to get clogged and then you have all the slides on the dash. That's not good. Get it to regen that DPF as early as possible. You can use steam if you have enough steam. I think enough steam with some chemicals going in there can clean it without going to be charged a huge amount of money. by these guys, because they can charge you about £200 just to regen and do that, to clean the DPF. So that's the advice. Do it as early as possible. I explained on the last video how the EGR works. The EGR is rubbish. It gets all that exhaust back into the engine, and then the engine tries to burn the fuel. It can't do it because the exhaust gases don't have oxygen, so it creates soot, the very soot that the government hates trying to stop. It creates that, and then it goes to the DPF. That's the thing that clogs the DPF. That soot, it clogs the DPF. So now the car has been fixed, runs well, and I'm at work, as you can see here. I don't know if you can see, that's my machine for work. And the car is still running. I don't know if you can see that as well. Hopefully you can. And it revs beautifully. You can feel power. When I rev, I feel huge power. When I just drive, it's beautiful. I feel like I'm born again or something. It's really, really good. When this car breaks down, I feel very angry and I want to just get rid of it. But once it's fixed, man, I feel really, really happy. My love for this girl comes back again. It's like one of those girls who just gives you headache, and sometimes you feel like just and then things gets fine, and then the love comes back again. So that's how things are now. We are happy. I know something will come up in future, but what can I do? That's how life is, isn't it? So I thought I should just share this with you guys, and thank you very much for watching. If you have an Insignia or Astra or a Vauxhall and it has a DPF, or any other car, it has a DPF, try to deal with cleaning that DPF as early as possible. In that way, you gotta avoid rip-offs. You can buy some chemicals from Halfords or anywhere, and I'm not advertising Halfords here. I don't think they will even like me. But what I'm trying to say is, try to get it sorted, before something comes up. It's getting clogged. You may not know it. It's getting clogged. Do something about it as early as possible, because once it's on limb mode, then things are tough. Get it cleaned early as possible, at least every 20,000 miles. Get it really, blown out and pour chemicals in there. Clean the whole thing, especially before, taking off the old oil and putting new oil. If you have enough steam, I think steam will do it. Because if you put steam the way I was trying to do here, it will go through the pistons and then go into the exhaust. Steam has a way of pushing things out. Like, we used to have steam trains. It's very good for blowing things out. So it gets into the exhaust. If your DPF is about to get clogged, it will expand and it will blow all the crap out through the exhaust. And you'll save yourself tons and tons of money. Go do it now, folks. Don't wait for trouble. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye. I love you all. Even if you hate me, man, I still like you. Okay, I love you. Take care and bye-bye.